In 2022, I ran for the United States Senate. Vice President J.D. Vance, that was my seat. That's the seat that I ran for. I was cheated out of my seat, actually sabotaged by the Democrats. I am not a typical candidate. I come from very humble beginnings. I grew up in foster care. I survived domestic violence, and my life lens is different from everybody else. So I took out my 401k, all of my savings, and everything, and invested in myself to run this race. I connected with the Democratic Party thinking that they were the moral party at the time. Now I know better, hence Make America Great Again. And I am absolutely a Trump supporter, 100%. But at that time, I was brainwashed like a lot of other Democrats into thinking that the Democratic Party was the more moral party. Plus, I grew up black. I've been black all my life, but my grandfather told me that we were poor, so poor folks are supposed to vote for the Democrats. And so that's what I did. Got a part of the party, participated in the party, was a part of, I hung up out with different elected officials, went to the events, did all the things. Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, I explained to her that I wanted to run for office. I told her Senate because that's what God told me to do. She told me maybe I should start at city council. I said, she told me if I started at city council, she would support me, she would have my back, but I had to do what God told me to do. Next thing you know, my entire team falls apart. My finance director, my treasurer, my manager, everything falls apart, all of my support. The next thing you know, I'm seeing people getting jobs in different positions. I had a couple moles, which were elected official, Latina Humphrey. You guys have seen me with her prior to this. She was a mole in my campaign. And there were several others that went back and told information to Congresswoman Joyce Beatty because I guess at that time they didn't want me to run. I guess there's a line, and I crossed the line, but not to the point of me being homeless. So let me get straight to the point just for the sake of time. I ran as a Democrat. I did not have the Democratic Party support at that time. They gave it to Tim Ryan, and they told everybody if they worked with me or helped me that they would be cut off. So nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Nobody would work for me. I tried to get a lawyer, couldn't hire a lawyer. So when I ran for the Democratic primary, they tried to say that my signatures weren't enough. I could not hire a lawyer to disprove that because I knew that I had enough signatures, and I knew that my signatures were valid. So they disqualified me for that. So if you look me up, you'll see that it says that I ran for the Democratic primary and I was disqualified again. I was disqualified because they cheated me and said that I didn't have enough signatures. Fast forward, because God made me who I am, he put it in my spirit to run as a write-in candidate, as a independent write-in candidate. So I did that, running as an independent write-in candidate. But by that time, everybody had fallen off. Family, friends, everybody that was a part of my team, people who knows the game better than me, because remember, politics is not my background, case management is. However, because of all the things that I've experienced and that I've seen, I knew that I can help create better policy and legislation as it pertains to people, to everyday people who survive being in a ghetto, people who survive now homelessness, people who have been a part of the system and welfare, or who have seen both sides. I'm your everyday average American person who would bring insight and a different perspective to politics. I felt that the Congress members were so out of touch, and they needed someone there with actual lived experiences who could help create better policy and legislation. Come to find out, they was all stealing, but I just didn't know it at that time. After that, after my election, I lost miserably. Again, these were all professionals. I'm new to the game. I didn't know. I knew what I was doing lightweight, but you need a team. The United States Senate is a huge seat. So you need a team, you need support, but I did everything by myself. I did not quit. I went to the finish line. I didn't drop out. I kept going all the way to the end. Now, okay, I lost the race. They humiliated me. They got all my people to leave me, to turn on me. Since I've ran for office, I essentially have been blackballed. I have not had a job since 2022. I tried to go back to my old job. I've applied for so many jobs I can't count. At this point, it seems like they're laughing in my face. It's like my social security number is flagged or something, because every time I go to get a job, or every time I apply or go to an interview, it just doesn't work out. So I have to be blackballed, because what else is it? It's been 3 years. So if people think that I am doing this to get a job from President Trump, I absolutely am. I am one of those people who are in desperate need of a good paying job. I have been without a job, again, since 2022, and I am ready to get back to work. I am in Columbus, Ohio. I am willing to travel. My work ethic is insane. I am ready to get back to work and have a normal, and I want my life to be even better. And so I do want to get a job with the Trump administration because they have integrity, they have morals, they have godly values, and that's important to me. And maybe this was all a blessing in disguise, me not being able to get a job so long, so that when this administration came along, I can be available. I catch on quickly, work by myself or with a team. And I really desperately need a job, a good paying job, not just any job, a good paying job, and preferably something that aligns with my purpose. And my purpose is to help create better policy and legislation from people who come from oppressed and marginalized communities, people who have received benefits from those entitlement programs, people who have unfortunately had to go through some painful lessons in order to get to a better place in life, because I wasn't given what everybody else was given. I did work my way up. I built up my credit. I built up myself. Right after my election, it was all taken away. So, yeah, please, President Trump, if you are hiring, please consider me. I need a job desperately. Again, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I'm willing to travel. I'm starting from scratch, though, and there's more to the story, but I just wanted to put this out here for now. So, you guys, please help me circulate this. Hopefully the president sees it and he can help me get a job and get my life back on track, and maybe I can get back in the swing of things as it pertains to running for office again. Maybe President Trump can mentor me and help me get to where I need to get to. So, yeah, I looking forward to getting a real job, a good paid job, and I'm hoping that this helps. People don't want to be homeless. People don't want to be broke. People don't want to not work. But this is the barrier that was created by the Democratic Party, unfortunately, for my life. And again, I have tried several times to get a job. I've done all types of things. And I don't know, like I said, if they got my social security number flagged or what has you, but it hasn't worked out. So I'm coming another way to get employment, full-time employment, ethical employment, people with integrity, with godly principles. And my name is LaShondra Tinsley. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Please, please, please help me.